Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. How is everyone doing today? I am drinking coffee, and it is not decaf. So hopefully maybe we can last for an extra sprint or so tonight. Hello, welcome. New reading sprints often. I think I saw, Yep, every Tuesday morning and Friday night. That is correct. Welcome to my channel. Glad to have you here. Reading Dreams Lie Beneath Alcrate. Nice. I have that somewhere, I think. Yeah. It's right there. The fact that I found that, actually, I'm in awe at myself. Hello, how are you? Finally joining you tonight. Nice. Welcome. Glad you are able to join in. Reading The Dante Club by Matthew Pearl. Sounds fun. I think I have a book by him somewhere on my shelf. Okay. Put that on silent. Late Tuesday sprints, side-eye. No, I have to do my breakfast first. I never eat breakfast before I do those, ever. It's too early for my breakfast. I have to drink my 3 cups of coffee first. Hello, I'll be joining shortly. It's family movie night and we are finishing Sergeant York. Sounds good. See you in a bit. Hello, reading The Hidden Oracle. Ooh, that sounds good. Rereading Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. I still have not read anything by her. I've heard her books are good. I just have not read anything by her yet. Well, welcome. Glad to have you for our sprints today. Hot chocolate with a marshmallow peep floating on top. Sounds good. I got some, what creamer did I put in here? Creme brulee creamer? I was like, I have no idea. I could be drinking vanilla for all I know. I'm freezing my butt off. My husband doesn't believe in heating. Oh no. Sending you all the warm vibes. I wish I could send you my heater. It's actually hot in my room right now, but that could be because I was running around getting stuff set up. Hoping to finish Spellbook of the Lost and Found, hit a bit of a reading slump. Those are never fun, but hopefully you'll finish with our sprints tonight. Love your mug. Thank you. It is made by Cherico Pottery. He does some live shows where he does and makes the mugs and bowls and stuff live on his Facebook, I believe. But they're called Cosmic Mugs, which I think it's cosmic. It's either cosmicmugs.com or cosmicmug.com is the website. Hello, hello. How are you? You're reading Aristotle and Dante, Dive into the Water of the Universe. Awesome. Sounds good. It says on my whatchamacallit, the thing, the picture. Wow. Thumbnail is the word that I'm reading. The Woods Are Always Watching, which I am. I have it. I'm planning to start that tonight. I wouldn't mind trying to finish it tonight. It is a fairly short book. So The Woods Are Always Watching by Stephanie Perkins. I really enjoyed the There's Someone Inside Your House. That one was really good. I still haven't watched the Netflix movie yet. But I also have 10% left of Zodiac Academy. But I've already cried once in that book today. So, and I still have 10% left, and I'm pretty sure there's more tears involved, so I don't know if I want to read that on the live yet. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I might have to finish it tomorrow. Or not. Maybe I'll just have a good cry live for all of you. I mean, it was getting to me earlier this afternoon when I was reading. I was like, this was not meant to do this. Just found out that Audible and Goodreads cannot be linked. I don't know if I knew that or not. I don't think I did. I never have good luck with any of my linked accounts. Like my Kindle tries to linked to Goodreads, and it just like messes up my count every time. For some odd reason right now, it keeps marking it. Any book I start reading, it's like, oh, you already read it on my Goodreads. And I'm like, no, I didn't. So I just kind of like turned it off because I was like, I can't deal. Nice to see some familiar usernames. Yes. Always nice to see the same people back, as well as getting our new people in here. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Why does this always happen? Okay, we're good. Whew. I have the same issue. I don't know. I think it's almost, I'm wanting to think it's maybe the Kindle update, because they updated the whole like interface. So I'm thinking maybe it's an issue with that. I'm behind in my reading. Been battling a sinus headache all week. Painful to read for long periods of time. Ugh, that's no fun. Well, I hope you feel better. That doesn't sound pleasant at all. I'm no longer free on Saturday. Oh no, what happened? We'll start the first sprint. We'll just start in a few minutes, so at 15 after. Does that sound good? We'll go with that. Simone's channel Beyond Bookish, joining her sprints. That's fun. Sinus headaches are the worst. They are. They are not fun. I just feel like my nose in general has the hot and cold, and like it's not liking the weather. I join all reading sprints I see. Same. I will join in if I see one. Ooh, I've actually been doing readings, well, not my own reading sprints, but like participating in reading sprints for like a year now. That's why I started doing my own. Because I needed some extras. But we'll get started in just a couple minutes. We're going to go for 45 minutes for this first sprint. We'll start with our normal 45, 30, 45, 30. I don't know what I want to read. I should do that too, but not on YouTube because I have a fear of being seen in front of people. That's understandable. That's understandable. It was definitely like very awkward the first time I did this. It's not as awkward now because there's like people here when I start, but like the first time I ever did one of these, there was maybe like a handful of people there. But like when I first started it, like the very, very beginning, I was talking to like myself for a good like 10 minutes or something like that. It was really awkward, but it gets better as I went. I'm usually never on time for sprints, so I love this. That's awesome. Except when dancing. Oh yeah, the stages are a whole different ballgame because in my brain, I'm not myself when I'm performing anything. Like when I was in chorus or drama, like that wasn't me. So like even my I remember my ninth grade English teacher a couple years like or during my sophomore year, I think when we had like a teacher conference thing, she came and was talking to my mom and goes, "Yeah, I saw her in spec," and I was like, "Is that her?" Like apparently my entire demeanor was completely different. I'm like, "Yup." I am not talkative in the classroom, but I am perfectly fine dancing on a stage. Funny how our brains work. Yeah, mine were rough the first few times. Yeah, the first couple were hard. were a bit were a bit rough. I'm a ballet dancer and tomorrow's first rehearsal for Sleeping Beauty. Ooh, that sounds so exciting. That sounds so much fun. Enjoy. Enjoy. Have a good time. That's awesome. And on that note, we're going to dive into our first sprint of the night for 45 minutes. I feel like I got into reading because of fan fictions. Solid choices. I mean, I can never answer the question on how I got into reading because it's just been since I learned to read. But fan fiction, I mean, I still read fan fiction. It's great. It's a solid thing to read. All right, 45 minutes on the clock. I will see you back here. Happy reading, happy productivity. See you here in 45 minutes. Hi, sorry for the heart attack of that timer. I knew it was coming and I jumped myself. Oh my gosh, this book is gonna end me. I'm in like the middle of an intense like battle scene for like that entire 45 minutes and it's still going. And my heart can't take it. How did everyone else do? Oh my god. I think we're going to do another 45-minute sprint just because I have 51 minutes left of this book. So I think we're just going to do like 45 minutes again. And I think I'll finish it by then. Because I don't think I could handle 30 minutes and then like have 20 minutes left. I don't think I can do it. Oh. Just joining in, listening to the audiobook for The Lost Apothecary. Awesome. Thanks for joining in again. Read 11 pages. Nice. Just joined during the sprint, rereading A Court of Mist and Fury, but not sure how many pages I've read. Well, thanks for hanging out and joining in. Enjoy your reread. Oh, the timer gave me, like, my heart started. The book is too intense. The timer was really intense. I have turned it down. Didn't get anything done. I was ready to go, and then my brother called. Oh. Well, hopefully you guys had a good chat. We finished Sergeant York, and after my kid laughed at my tears, World War stories make me cry. I got to listen to 3 minutes of Starsight. Awesome. And awesome for getting to read a little bit. And how rude on your kid for laughing at your tears. It's okay. I'm pretty sure my faces during that last sprint were probably something to have a laugh about. The look of horror that is probably on my face for the last 45 minutes. Hey everyone, I'm starting Kate Chopin's The Awakening. Hello, how are you? Thanks for joining in. I hope you enjoy your book. Next sprint, you're going to do some homework. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. I am reading an older book called Diary of a Provincial Lady. Just starting. We will see. Interesting. What kind of, is it a historical fiction book or? It gives me, the title alone kind of gives me some like Victorian, Edwardian vibes. How far back is it? Hey Jess. Just joined. Gonna try to finish up a crochet project. I'm about 80% done, so hopefully I can finish it. What are you making? What are you making? It was a bit of an effort, but I got 24 pages, Love, Lies, and Hocus Pocus book 2. But that was 24 pages that you didn't have before, so that's good. Progress is progress. I'm trying not to look up a spoiler on my phone for this book. Does anyone else do that? Like, if you are afraid that someone's gonna like die and you want to know if they're already dead or if they're gonna live, do you like look ahead? Or like look up a spoiler to see? Because that's like really what I want to do right now. Like, oh. Part of me is mad at myself for starting this book. I should have just waited for the 8th book to come out at the end, like near the end of this year. I don't know how I'm going to survive waiting for the final book. Not when I've binge read all 7. I'm going to read War Storm after Aristotle and Dante. Sounds good. I don't know if I know War Storm. I'm reading The Silence of the Girls. Awesome. I accidentally did that just a minute ago. I regret it. I mean, the scene has already happened. I'm just like, I feel like any book that has magic or fae or any of that, like I feel like I can't believe it. Like I just want to verify kind of thing. Like I don't want to believe that the character's gone. You know, like the scene has happened, but I'm just like, did it happen though? Like, because it was kind of one of those where it's like you don't necessarily see the body kind of thing, like not entirely. So I'm like, I'm holding out hope, kind of like you know, you, unless you see or they talk about seeing the body, they can always be alive, you know. The author used to write a column for a newspaper. I'm still figuring it out. Interesting. I love Star Wars. That's a fact about me. I have no idea if it's fan fictions or Star Wars books that got me into reading. Oh, cool. Oh, Warstorm is Red Queen. That makes sense. I have Red Queen and Glass Sword. I just got Glass Sword. I haven't read them yet though. I've had Red Queen since it came out and I just have not read it yet. Which the author kindly pointed out to me that she was like, "Oh, that's from the first printing." And I was like, "Okay." like called out on the, and I mean I straight up told her that I hadn't read it yet. But it was pretty funny. I was laughing. I was like, "Wait, what's the difference?" I'm making a pink and purple checkered tote bag for my little cousin. Oh, no cat bed today. No cat bed. No, that sounds cute. Just finished Verity by Colleen Hoover and starting Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. Enjoy. I still need to read a book by Colleen Hoover. Like, I have not read one yet. Enjoy Siege and Storm, though. All right, we will start at 15 after, and we're going to go for 45 minutes again. I can't. I have to finish this book. I don't think I could take 2 whole sprints left of this. I might have to spend an entire sprint just sitting here contemplating my life. I'm so worried. Oh. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't like it. I don't like it. I do that a lot, but I didn't want that anymore because I read the book and I love a character. I skimmed through and found out he died. I'm not telling you which book because it's a spoiler. Oh no. Yeah, I get nervous. I mean, like I said, the scene already happened, so technically the character is, I'm still using quotes, dead. But I don't want to believe it. I haven't seen there hasn't been a scene where it specifically is like, okay. So I'm like, no. I'm giving this book the benefit of the doubt that they did not just do what I think they did. OMG, I love Verity. I'm reading Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. So good. I'm 51% in. I feel like I need to hop on the Colleen Hoover train, but it's going to have to be, maybe I'll see if I like one of the, if I see one of her books while I'm in London at a bookshop, and I'll see if I like that cover, and I will maybe pick one up then. Since I'm letting myself buy books while I'm there. I'm only 4% into The Lost Apothecary, but it's starting out pretty decent. I'm hoping I can get a decent way through the audiobook before the husband is done with overtime. Well, sounds like a plan. Is the audiobook good? How's the narration? I have the hardcover right there. It's in my stack from the Barnes & Noble 50% off sale. But I also have the audiobook saved. It might be one that I go back and forth on. Oh yeah, I think I'm done making cat beds for a while, thankfully. At least you technically didn't lie anymore. Verity was my first Colleen Hoover read, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. It reads very fast. That's always good. I like fast reads that are really good. That's why I'm excited to start The Woods Are Always Watching, because since it's a thriller, and I know that I like Stephanie Perkins thrillers, I'm pretty sure I could possibly finish that on sprints tonight if I get through Zodiac, I think. I read like 30-something pages, but for some reason YouTube like shut down this page. It was like, no, you're not allowed to sprint. What? I remember the one time that my internet went out while I was making food downstairs, and all of a sudden I looked at my screen and I'm like, oh no, my live disappeared. There are a couple different narrators. Narration isn't bad. I don't mind it so far. Cool. Are they, where does the book take place? Is it like a British narration? Or, I'm asking far too many questions for a narration, but I'm like, because sometimes I like certain narrators, and I'll look up what other books they've narrated to see what else I could listen to. Like the narrator for Stalking Jack the Ripper series, amazing. She's great. Highly recommend those audiobooks if you haven't listened to those. Also, anything from Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. Those are really good. All right, I'm going to go through these next few chats, and then we're going to hop into our sprint. But luckily, the other book, I did not do that. My favorite character at the end, and I bawled myself for a week. That's why I'm afraid of this ending right here. I'm telling you, I already cried once in this book, so you might literally see the tears at the end of the sprint. Like, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. What was your favorite book you have read in 2021? When I did in my planner, it had like the little battle of the books. My winner for that was Red, White, and Royal Blue. That was my winner for like my overall favorite. So that was definitely one of my favorites, and I will probably reread it very soon. I'm like trying to think of what my other ones. A Court of Silver Flames, and basically all of Throne of Glass, but specifically Heir of Fire, Kingdom of Ash, and Tower of Dawn. It's been a year since I read Throne of Glass, which was really crazy too, because I binge read that whole series last year. First narrator had an accent, second narrator did not. What book am I currently reading? I am currently reading Zodiac Academy, Heartless Sky. It's book 7. It's the most recent release of Zodiac Academy. So dark romance, dark fae romance. Though right now they're in like a very intense battle scene. There may be tears happening. And then after I finish that, I will begin reading The Woods Are Always Watching by Stephanie Perkins, which is her latest thriller. She's the author of Anna and the French Kiss series. All right, we're going to jump back into our books or productivity, whatever you are using these sprints for tonight. And we're going to go for 45 minutes. That is not our normal thing, but I am breaking the pattern because I need to finish this book. I have 51 minutes left. I think I can finish it in 45. So we're going to see how that goes. So, Happy reading. I will see you back here in 45 minutes. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. All right, let's see how you guys did. I finished my book. Oh, okay. Definitely not the last sprint. That was sprint number 2. My nose is sniffly now because I was crying off and on for that last 50 minutes. Just getting here, reading Child of Light by Terry Brooks. And then I said 5 minutes. Okay. It was a little over 5 minutes. 47 pages of Akamath. Nice. We had 32 pages. So many twists. 50 pages of Siege and Storm. Playing The Sims 4. Just switched to knitting and listening to the audiobook of The Great Hunt. WOT Book 2. Oh, Wheel of Time. Got to page 192, 60%. Awesome. She's crying. I saw you crying. Yeah, I was crying. I was straight up crying. 9 pages. Yep. I'm not okay. I would really like to punch Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valencia in the face right now. I'm not happy. I don't know why I thought that things would actually go right for a change in Zodiac Academy. 50 pages of Starsight. I forgot how much I love these characters. Oh, that's fun. What book are you reading? I just finished reading Zodiac Academy, book 7, which is the next to last book in the series. It just came out December last year. So now the wait for the final book, which is going to be literal hell on earth now after finishing that. So I'm hoping maybe they'll move the date of the book's release up since they publish it themselves. I was prepared for it to be sad from other people's reactions to it. There was a lot of tear emojis. That was too much. That was too much. I didn't need that. I did not need that. Yeah, Wheel of Time, only 14 pages. I do love when books make me feel things, although it's crappy to feel sad. None of that went in the way it needed to. None of that went in any kind of good way. None of it. None of it. It was good. It was really good. The Zodiac Academy series, the first one, makes you kind of cringe, oh my god, am I gonna like this? Is it good? And then you kind of read it, and you're like, okay, I'll read book 2. This is okay, I'm getting it. And then it just keeps getting better. And so I'm sure book 8's gonna totally smash it and be a great ending to the series, but book 7 was not okay. I'm not okay. I might need to just sit in my feels for the next sprint. Maybe play on my phone for a second. I don't know if I can hop right into my other book right now. I don't know what just happened. Anyway, we'll go for 30 minutes for the next sprint. I feel like I need to go get a real drink that's not coffee, a real drink. All I can do is awkwardly smile through my pain right now. I'm not okay. Oh my god. I'm reading The Girl Who Lived Twice. Ooh, I haven't heard about that one. I need a crying sprint. I honestly do. I don't even know if I can cry about it right now. I don't know. I think I just I think I'm in like a state of disbelief. Like I'm past the crying. I'm just in like the state of shock. Like it's the same feeling I had when I watched Endgame. Or not Endgame, Infinity War. It's like that. It's that feeling when you watched Infinity War for the first time in the theater and then you just walked out and I just sat in the car. That's how I feel right now. It's the same feeling. Like I can't believe they did that. I haven't heard of that Zodiac series. Going to look it up now. Yes, it's called Zodiac Academy. It is dark fae romance. It's a lot. But it gets better and better with each book. And they technically describe it as Harry Potter for adults is how the authors call it. I think it's a little more than that. But it starts out at an academy with magic and fae and it ends up like this so far. Going through the stages of grief. Yeah, pretty much. I'll get angry here in a second. It's the 6th book. Oh, gotcha. I stopped after the original trilogy because I don't know. How is it? Is it worth it to read the ones that the other guy wrote? I love the original series. I could speculate on that series and the author stuff all day long. But is it worth it? Like, how does it compare to Stieg Larsson's writing? Because, like, I don't know. I have to know the other guy's backstory because I mean there's some backstory to the reason why the author wrote the series, which we're not going to get into because it's definitely not appropriate for a live show. Yes, you should have already been like on book like 3 by now. I don't know. I'm almost like going to start telling people not to read it so they don't have to go through this. I should finish my book this sprint. Fingers crossed. I'm loving this book so far. Oh, yay. That's good. I'm glad you're enjoying your book. I hope it makes you happier than mine made me. I think I've just lost my mind at this point. All right. I guess we'll just start at like 25 after or so. I'll just try to find my sense of decorum in the process of the next 7 minutes. And I'm going to go right into a thriller, so, big battle scene, straight into a thriller. Why not? I'm fine. I've lost my mind. Now I'm at the point where I can't stop laughing. Okay. It's my favorite series and I love it. I'm sad for it to end. I liked the original author's work more. However, David Lagerkrantz, that's probably not how you say that, has done a stellar job of keeping it going. Maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll see if I can find the audiobook somewhere and I'll listen to it. I need to watch the original Swedish movie trilogy, since obviously we're not going to get the American version for 2 and 3, which is unfortunate. But I'm sorry the book made you cry. It's fine. I was honestly, I was prepared to cry. I knew I was going to cry. I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know what was going to happen. And I think that is more where I'm like, shook. What thriller are you going to read? I'm going to read, let me grab it. The Woods Are Always Watching by Stephanie Perkins. So she wrote, There's Someone in Your House. There's Someone Inside Your House. Is that the name of it? I always end up forgetting the actual title to that. I don't even know where it's at. Anyway, There's Someone Inside Your House. They did a Netflix movie for that, and it came out a few months ago somewhere. I think maybe around like October or something. But this is her second. The title of the other one. There's Someone Inside Your House. Yeah. This is her other thriller. I don't know if they're connected in any way. I don't think they are. It's more of kind of like a companion. Yeah, there's no like connection to the two, but it's just her next thriller. But she's the one who wrote Anna and the French Kiss trilogy. Lies. Sometimes cathartic, but sometimes not at the same time, at least for me. I knew going in that this was going to make me cry just from other people's reactions. I've been stretching the series out for years. Don't want it to end. I didn't like There's Someone Inside Your House. I read it last year. Really? Oh, I loved it. I mean, it was creepy. Like, I cannot stand it now if someone leaves a cabinet door open, or like I don't ever want to see an egg timer ever. Like, I'll just use the timer on like the oven or on my phone. Like, I don't want to see an egg timer ever. But yeah, when cabinets are open, like if someone is getting a glass and then they leave it open, my brain immediately goes to that book. So I wonder what thing is going to freak me out enough in this one. I'm excited though, because I like that they're short, but they're it was so good. So I'm excited about this one. Well, that was a dropping the F-bomb right off the bat when I opened that. But yeah, that's what I'm reading next. Though I'm probably going to sit for a second. It was mild for me. I think I've read too many thrillers. I need more creepy factors. I hadn't read that many thrillers at that point. When did I don't even know when I read it originally. I feel like it was a few years ago, almost around the time when it first came out, I want to say. I'm going to check when I first read it. Because I haven't read thrillers for that long. I've just kind of gotten into them in the past couple of years. Oh, no, not that one. This one. Okay, when did I read it? I read it back in 2019. In April of 2019, and it came out in 2017. I read it 2 years after it came out. But yeah, I read it back in 2019, and I definitely hadn't been really reading thrillers yet at that point. I finished My Best Friend's Exorcism earlier today. It was good. Awesome. I totally read that sentence a completely different way in my brain. I was like, oh, your best friend had an exorcism. Like, I knew it was a book, but the way I read it, like, all at once, with no pause, sounded completely different sentence. Is that one a YA or is it an adult book? I will say I loved the movie. So good. I'm excited to watch the movie at some point. I keep meaning to watch it, and then I'm like, no, I need the friends around me to watch that. I don't do scary movies by myself. I'll go see them if I think I can handle it, but I still need to go with people. I do not watch scary movies by myself. The only scary movie I will watch by myself is Crimson Peak, only because the ghosts are not scary in that. They're story pieces. So it's technically like ghost stories don't like freak me out. Things like cannibals and Wrong Turn and things like that freaks me out. The Grudge, The Ring, those. I don't like that. Those are terrifying to me. It's a YA. I read the Final Girl support group last year, and that is adult. I liked the YA more. I have the Final Girl support group. It's also in this pile over here. I also have his other book. I'll have to take a look at that one as well. I think I'm changing. I watched Get Out alone, and I'm proud of you. I would not be watching that by myself. No way. I didn't even want to watch the trailer for that movie. That looked terrifying. Now, black comedies, like I would watch Freaky again by myself because that was hilarious. If you have not seen Freaky, where it's like the hot chick meets, like it's like the hot chick and Freaky Friday, but like horror. It's great. It's a Blumhouse movie. Fantastic. All right, we are at 27, so we'll just wait until 30, just so we're like on a round number. This has been discussed before. I'm like, I can't do it on 27. And then we'll go for 30 minutes. Yes, I had my snacks and hiding my covers. Yeah, pretty much. That's how I would be watching any movie by myself. Trying to think if there's anything else that I've watched. Oh yeah, no, see, I watched Wrong Turn by myself. Yeah, not doing that again. And I watched Identity by myself. Never doing that again. Mm-mm. Nope. No, not gonna happen. Mm-mm. House of a Thousand Corpses was terrible. I hated those movies. I've not seen any of those. Though House of a Thousand Corpses just takes me in my brain, like translates to Dungeon of a Thousand Corpses, which then translates to the Mummy and the Maze episode of Bones, which I watch to go to bed at night. I don't like horror, but I watch a Bones episode to help me sleep. I don't know what. Okay, there we go. I was like, what did I just do to my head? It's the one with Eliza Dushku from Buffy in it. She and her friends are like going on some kind of trip, and then their car gets like they hit road spikes, and then it's cannibals. The plot probably unfolds from that point, but I think it was just pretty much a slasher at that point. It was terrifying. I slept with a light on for like weeks. This was back in high school, so over 10 years ago. Okay, first I hated Shakespeare because I had to read for school, but I decided to give it another chance. Read it for fun, then I loved it. Is that weird? No. I mean, I loved Shakespeare regardless because I just really enjoy Shakespeare. And I've been in a Shakespeare play, but no, I've read books. I'm one of my nonfiction reads for this year that I put in my jar to pick from each month is a school book. And some of my favorite classics are school books. It's not weird at all. I feel like, I mean, I think a lot of the school books that if we had read them on our own time, we would have liked them. But because they're being forced upon us, I think that's where the the issue of school books kind of stems from. You're being forced to read it rather than wanting to read it. Like, I don't personally enjoy reading Hamlet, and I've had to read it multiple times. Now, seeing it performed, I love Hamlet. Reading it, I absolutely just don't like it. All right, we're about to start the next sprint here in a second after I get through these last few comments. Tried watching Archive 81 by myself last night and bailed so fast. I don't even know what that is. And Jess, I don't think I want to know. And I'm probably not going to watch it with you. We could try. How about we just go watch Tootsie instead? I've always liked the Rob Zombie movies. I don't know if I've actually watched any, but I like the song Living Dead Girl by Rob Zombie. It's a good song. Cannibals. Yes, cannibals. That's also one of the episodes of Supernatural that I don't like from season 1 is that. I just it makes me cringe. I just don't like it. Now the cannibal story plot in Bones, that's a different story. That was very interesting and it's not as terrifying, which is weird to say, but it's not. I agree. Yeah, the school books, yeah. I think that's really more of what it is because you're being forced to read something. All right. With Shakespeare, I think the reason some areas don't like it in school is because Shakespeare is meant to be heard, not read. That as well. That too. It's meant to be seen. It's not meant to be. That's why I always enjoyed when we read plays though, when we would like pick people to be certain people and we read it like it's a play rather than just someone reading straight down. But yeah. Oh, it's my fave. That's the one I was in as well. I was just like an extra fairy sprite character, but I was gonna say I don't know if my photo of me and my outfit is in here, but it's not. It's like sitting on the bookcase in there. But yeah, that was the show I was in. Oh, best time. I have a great story from that. So good. There's some that I haven't reread in a while that I would like to, like Taming of the Shrew. I would really like to reread that one. Actually, I don't even know if I've read it. I think I've seen it a couple of times. All right, we're going to hop into this next 30-minute sprint. I'm going to probably sit with my feels for a few more minutes and then start reading The Woods Are Always Watching. So have a good sprint. Happy reading. Happy productivity. And I'll see you back here in 30 minutes. All right, how did everyone do on that sprint? I ended up on page 17. Basically like the first chapter and then a little bit after that. Finished Spellbook of the Lost and Found ended up being 4 stars. I'm going to read The Order of the Pure Moon Reflected in Water by Zen Cho next. I already read the first chapter previously. Enjoy! Sounds good. That is one heck of a title. More audiobook and knitting. What do you think of your book so far? It's really just starting. Nothing has truly happened yet. I mean, it's short, so it has to like pick up fairly quick. I'm already on page 17. Oh, okay. Ooh, wait, does it, hold on. No, okay. It switches into perspectives in some spots. Didn't know it was going to do that. But yeah, it's just starting. It's slow right now, but I'm guessing once we get really actually into the story, which I'm guessing will probably be in the next chapter or so, it'll pick up a bit. Read 44 pages, 64% in. Nice. Awesome. 17% of The Girl Who Lived Twice. They had the weirdest conversation ever. Oh, Lord. That's funny. I listened to a couple of chapters and changed my sheets. I meant to wash my bedding today. Definitely didn't get to that. Oh well, there's always tomorrow for more laundry. A little bit better, 21 pages this time. Yes. Awesome. So I was watching Gavin's Animorph video at work, and I was talking about how I wanted to know if I should continue the series, and she said, oh, you could read 2 a year. Huh? That's true. I feel like, but it's such a, I feel like you just read them straight through. I don't remember how many books are there in that series. I used to have them all too. I wonder if they are still somewhere. I used to have like those Scholastic book subscriptions where they would send you Animorphs or like whatever. I think I had like every single one. Scholastic Book Fair is the best. I've never read a series straight through. Really? I've read a couple straight through. The longest one, though, would be Throne of Glass. That was the longest series I've read back to back to back. And then the Selection trilogy, the original trilogy, I read that in 2 days. I usually space the books out to make the series last longer. A lot of the time I only do it back to back if I actually have the entire series. Like I have a shelf which is not visible. I will tilt up. This shelf right here has series that are complete. And those I plan to kind of like read straight through because they're done. At least that's the plan. There are 54 and like another 10 in the spinoff. I was just laughing at the fact that she was like, oh, you could fit 2 100-something page books into my schedule and I read all. It's like, oh, you can just do 2. It's fine. Just come back and be like, oh, so I finished this entire thing this weekend. I don't know why, but Red Queen, some of the books I did not like. I mean, I feel like there's always some in a series that's over like a trilogy or duology that you're going to find that you don't like some of them more than others. Whether that's the characters that are featured or whatnot. Like, for instance, Throne of Glass features Chaol more than anyone. And I know that some people just don't like him or just he's not their favorite character, so they just don't, it's not their favorite book kind of thing. For Throne of Glass, I think kind of like that. You know, some books you just enjoy more than others depending on which characters are in it more or less or whatnot. Finished crocheting the bag section. Now I just have to finish up the handles. Awesome. Can you send me a picture when you're done? I want to see your bookshelf. Thanks. Yeah, this doesn't give you the full view of the shelves. I just started reading last year. Oh, awesome. That's cool. I'll read all the books. Lots of books on your bookshelf. Do you have any idea of how many books there are on your shelves? I have no idea. Last time I counted, there was like over 300 unread books on the shelves, but of course they're mixed in right now. But I am actually going to be doing one of the all my owned unread books videos. So that's me coming somewhere. But yeah, they're mixed right now, but there's probably like 400 or so unread TBR books, and then probably 100 or so. I don't. There's a lot on these shelves. And then if we go this way, the manga is definitely double stacked. There's these 3 shelves behind me, and then there's a manga small shelf, and then there's another big shelf to that side. So there's 4 big shelves total. I have way too many, but I also want more. Yeah. I feel like I've said this so many times now in lives, but it's like buying books and reading books are 2 different hobbies. 100%. But I think also a lot of my collection originally came from when I originally started BookTube, and I think a lot of booktubers who started way back probably, I think, have made videos about this where it's like you had to have it immediately, and then like everyone's like shelves like grew substantially. Because I definitely have books that I bought when I first started making videos on YouTube, which was back in 2013, and I haven't read them yet. Probably not that far back, but there's some older books on these shelves that I just haven't read yet. Like, I still have the original hardcover of Ember in the Ashes, and I haven't read it yet. I'm trying to think what else is on these shelves that is like... I mean, technically Red Queen is fairly an older book. But yeah, that's one of my goals that I'll probably talk about also in another video, that I need to film my 2022 reading goals, but is to prioritize owned books before I buy more. Get through this TBR. Mine definitely grew because of BookTube, because they're so hyped, but some of them I had to get rid of because I figured out my reading taste. Yeah. Oh, 100%. And also, like, my auto buy authors have also changed significantly. Like, for instance, I just bought Chain of Iron when it was on sale for the 50% off sale at Barnes & Noble. Usually for Cassie, I would like have immediately gone the day it came out to pick up the next Shadowhunters book, and I just don't do that anymore. Like, I tend to go pick it up before it hits paperback, but I'm not like in a rush anymore. Like, I used to go to, like, if one bookstore didn't have it, I'd go to a different one, and then I'd go to Target to try to find it if that one didn't have it. I don't do that anymore, which is probably a good thing. I'm committing to no more buying books unless I get them as gifts. I need to read my physical TBR for now. I'm sticking to my TBR Games little frequent reader card. So when I read 10 books, like a coffee frequent buyer card where you get, like, you buy 10 coffees, you get one free. It's like that. I read 10 books, I can buy a book. The only caveat to that is book boxes, pre-orders, or auto buy authors, and then my London trip, because I'm going to be going book shopping in the UK. That's a given. I think Brandon Sanderson is my only auto buy right now. Right now, I think V.E. Schwab is probably, I don't even know honestly, I don't even know what books are coming out this year. I haven't been paying any kind of attention. I've just been trying to read my own books right now. The frequent buyer card is a great idea. I should do that. It's a cool idea when I actually use it, and I've been using it. Let me pull it. Right now it looks like this. Oh, hold on. I can cross one off. I just remembered because I finished Zodiac. I'm almost halfway there. All right, we'll go for our next sprint in 4 minutes or 3 minutes at 20 after. And then I think that'll end up being our final sprint. That'll take us pretty much to midnight. Okay. So now it looks like that. So I have 6 more, and then I can buy a book if I want to, or I can just like save it. Which I'll probably make like a little tally sheet somewhere that tells me how many I've got so far. But that's been the plan anyway. But yeah, we'll do one more sprint for 30 minutes, and that'll be our last of the night. So we'll start that in a couple minutes. I usually just buy books when I have money. Luckily, I'm a college student, so I never have money. I mean, it works, right? Thanks for the sprints. You're welcome. Thanks for joining in. The next sprints are already set up, and you can hit set reminder on them on my page, on my channel. There's one on Tuesday morning and Friday night next week, and that takes us to the end of January. February's schedule will be a little bit different, as I won't be here for 2 weeks. out of the last 2 weeks of February, I will not be here. So the schedule will be a little bit different. I'm planning to film a few read with me's and things like that to put in place of the sprints. At least that is the current plan. I'm sad that my library doesn't have Jade City. Oh no! That's on my list of my 12 recommendation challenge, which I'm hoping I get to it soon. I'm going to request it. Hopefully they'll buy it. Hopefully. Thank you. You're so welcome. I bought Jade City. I'm so excited. I want to read it so bad. I'm excited to read that one at some point this year. All right, it is 20 after. We're going to hop into our final sprint of the night for 30 minutes. So happy reading, happy productivity if you're working on something else, and I'll see you back here in 30 minutes. Happy reading, everyone. All right, so that was it for our final sprint of the night. How did everyone do on that one? I just read one more chapter and then called it and started updating my planner. So I was starting to nod off, so. Definitely going to be crawling into bed fairly soon after I end this live. "34 pages. Awesome. You can search on the website for all the areas." Oh man, that's no fun. Have you checked any of the like online audiobook shops, like Scribed or anything, to see if they have the audiobook? And you could always use like a free trial or something. Finished the chapter I was reading. Awesome. Sounds good. 21% now. And got some planning and journaling done. That is what I'm finishing up right now, is my updating my planner. Almost halfway done with The Great Hunt. Yeah, it's almost bedtime here too. Yeah, it is 11:52 here, so definitely gonna just like go grab something to drink, wash my face, hop into bed, and then probably scroll TikTok or something for like 10 minutes. Turn on Bones, call it a night. But thanks you everyone for joining me on Sprints tonight. I think I like our new schedule, this whole Tuesday morning, Friday night situation we have going on. I definitely think it's more variety than the both morning shows. Though I'm for sure ready for bed. Thank you for joining me. The other two, like I said earlier, the other two sprints for next week are already up and set up, so you can hit the reminder buttons to be reminded when we go live. I think it reminds you 30 minutes or so before the live starts. Yes, I checked Libby and Scribed. It's not there. It's probably on Kindle and Audible, not paying for those. Well, hopefully you can find it somewhere. Hopefully you will be able to find it. I'm trying to remember, because I went and looked. You know what? Maybe it was at my library had it. I can't check. My phone died during that last sprint. I was like, oh, look. Because when I did my 12 recommended reads, I went through and tried to find where I could read the book at, because almost all of my recommended reads from people on Instagram were all books I didn't own. So I was like, shoot, I need to figure out how to read these. And I want to think that it was on Scribed, but maybe it's not on there anymore. But it also could have been my library, so I don't know. Probably going to get it as a gift. A gift to yourself. But yeah, definitely enjoy it once you get your hands on it. I'm excited to read it at some point this year. So that is it for our sprints tonight, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to head to bed. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you right now. And I will see you on Tuesday for more sprints. So good night, everyone. Happy reading if you're going to continue to read today or tomorrow, over the weekend. And I'll see you next